What is FIRE? FIRE is achieving freedom. It's the point where you don't need to base your decisions on money. If you don't like your job, you can quit. If you want to spend more time with your family, go spend more time with your family. Most people don't think that's achievable before 60 years old, but with the proper planning, you can achieve it much earlier. The FIRE movement is gaining traction, and I can see why. It preaches saving as much money as possible as early as possible so you can invest it to create a source of passive income that you can use to support the lifestyle that you want. Once your passive income can cover your living expenses, then you've achieved freedom. Now here's how you do it. The key concept is to spend less than you earn and invest the difference. You can break it down into 3 parts: cutting down expenses, making a little extra money, and also investing. You want to do this as early as possible so you can let compound interest do its magic. The sooner you can invest, the more time your money has to sit in the market and grow. Now, FIRE shouldn't be about creating a strict budget. It should be more about a mindset shift. The problem with a strict budget is kind of like having a strict diet. You cut back for a couple months and then you just can't take it anymore and you quit. And then as soon as you quit, you just gain all that weight back. If you have a strict budget, you cut out too much of the fun and then you can't stick with it. And also things always come up, so you always end up breaking your budget. It's not good for your mentality. It just makes it very difficult to stick with. So how you should approach it is having a mindset shift. You really want to think about if you actually need to spend all that money on what you're spending on now. This way you don't go from 0 to 100 and end up quitting just a couple months in. Everyone is different and everyone's values are different as well. What you find important can be something that someone else can live without. So it's really about how you evaluate how you spend your money. What you want to do is go over your expenses and create 2 categories: living expenses and luxuries. Living expenses should be things that you absolutely can't live without. And luxuries should be things that you don't need but you want. What you want to do is decrease how much you spend on luxuries as much as possible, but still not to a point where your life is sad. Now, if you just cut everything out and just live on the necessities, your life will be unbearable. It's not worth it. What's the point of life if you can't enjoy it, right? Again, this will be different for everyone. So for example, Uber. To me, taking an Uber everywhere makes no sense. It's just a complete waste of money. But to somebody else, it can be seen as a necessity. For some people, it's cheaper to take an Uber than to drive to work every single day. It just really depends on everyone's situation, so you need to evaluate yourself if you can cut it out or not. So how you do that is by asking yourself these 3 questions. Is it really necessary? Can I decrease the costs? Am I okay with setting back my goals a little bit for this? So if you absolutely need this thing and you can't lower the cost, and you're also okay with setting back your goals a little to have this, then it's absolutely fine to continue doing that. You don't need to cut it out. Now let's use Starbucks for example. Some people need their lattes every single day. Have you gone to your office and you walk in and you feel like you're on the set of The Walking Dead? Everyone's just half dead, just mumbling around. Those people absolutely need their coffee to be functional. So using that example, coffee to me would be a necessity. But I don't need a latte every day. I can make my own coffee, so I can decrease the cost. But to somebody else, they can say, yes, coffee is a necessity, and I need my Starbucks latte. If I make my own latte, it doesn't taste the same. It just doesn't feel right. And they're okay with setting their goal back a year or 2 to have their lattes. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, for somebody like that, if you told them they had to quit their lattes cold turkey, they're not gonna stick with that plan very long. Everyone has their own thing that they can't live without. The idea is to think critically about all your expenses and cut out what you can. Now, you might be also thinking, cutting out your latte every day, that's just $5 a day. 30 days, $150 a month. I can't retire on $150 a month. The real difference comes in when you apply this to everything in your life. So for example, you have that $5 a day on Starbucks, and you also eat out for lunch every single day. Now, if you start bringing your lunch and you start having your own coffee, you can save like $15 a day. $15 a day, now that's $450 a month. You apply this with a couple more things, cut down your expenses some more, and you see the savings start building up. After you've looked at your expenses and decreased your expense, you want to look to increase your income. So you have more money in between to invest invest. Now, if you're lucky and your job offers overtime, take that overtime. If you're skilled at video editing, do some gigs for somebody, make some extra cash on the side. If you have some free time, sign up for Postmates and do some delivery. You know, just anything to increase your income by a little. Couple your extra income and your newfound savings, you'll see that you can actually invest quite a decent amount. The next step is investing. You want to invest that savings so you can build up passive income. Most FIRE enthusiasts recommend index funds or real estate. You just need to create enough passive income that you can support your lifestyle. Now, everybody's lifestyle is different. It depends on what you want and also where you live. Everyone's number is different. So for instance, if you need $3,000 to live comfortably in your area every single month, you just need to create passive income that can make you $3,000 a month. So for example, in real estate, if you need to make $3,000 a month passively, you might need to have 3 apartments with each apartment cash flowing $1,000 a month. Now, if you go through the index fund route and average returns about 7%, with $500,000 in your index fund, that comes out to be about $3,000 of gain every single month. Now, you might still be thinking to yourself, wow, that's a lot of money that I need to save up. The thing is, you need to start at some point. If you never get started, you'll never achieve financial independence. That's why I like the FIRE movement so much. It's actually getting a lot of people in my generation, the millennial generation, to think critically about money and their spending, and also to plan for their retirement. I think it's great because it's raising awareness about personal finance. Now, if you want to know more about personal finance and financial independence, please subscribe to my channel. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. It really helps me a lot and I really appreciate the support. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in the comments section below. Thank you.